Hey everybody, welcome to today's video. Thank you so much for being here. Today we are in my living room and it is currently a complete disaster, as you can see. So what I just finished doing is wallpapering the back of my built-in bookshelves. And now they're pretty much done and I just added the little handles on here. I've been in the process of just slowly upgrading and making over my living room since last summer. So the main things that I did to this room were the built-in bookshelves. I painted it a different color, replaced the baseboards, added the chair rail. I just finished this picture frame molding. And that's pretty much the bulk of what I've done. So I'm slowly just finishing it up. And what I'm gonna do today is do a pretty good deep clean of this living room. And then what I'm excited to do is put the shelves back in here and we're gonna do some shelf styling and organizing and just putting stuff away. I've got all my books and knickknacks that were in here pulled out, so we're gonna rearrange everything back in there. And then, like I said, I've got a lot to clean up. I need a vacuum. Alrighty, getting started here. So the first thing I'm doing is just picking up all the garbage and random odds and ends that have been all over my living room floor. So just my different tools and throwing away all the wallpaper scraps. And then I'm just giving a quick vacuum around and in the shelves before I decorate them. And now I am going to start to organize and decorate my shelves. I am storing some extra books. I have some really heavy ones that I am putting on the bottom here. The inner part of these built-in shelves that I made are IKEA Billy bookshelves. So obviously they're not the highest quality material. They are MDF. The shelves do start to sink after some time if you put really heavy stuff on them. But the good thing is they are pretty easily replaceable. I think they're only like $10 if you need to buy a new one. So now I am putting the shelves back in the unit and starting to organize all of my books and just bring in various decor pieces that I had wanted to incorporate. And I really don't have a decorating process. I just switch around and move things a million times until I find something that aesthetically pleases my eye. Pretty much all of my decor is thrifted or secondhand. I really love the hunt of some cheap treasures that make me happy. Sometimes with decorating more detailed spaces like this, I will hit like a creative block and I'm not happy with how things are going. So I did leave it alone overnight and then came back to it the next day, which kind of can refresh your brain and creativity process. And now I am going to give my living room a good cleaning. So I am putting all of my couch blankets and pillows into the wash and vacuuming my sofa. And now I am cleaning this IKEA armchair. My one cat, Bernini, loves to lay here and his fur gets all over it. So I use a combination of the vacuum upholstery cleaner and I am using my Chom Chom roller, which if you have an animal and don't own one of these, you are definitely missing out. This thing is amazing. And now I'm cleaning my other chair, which was a freebie I found randomly on Facebook Marketplace a couple months ago. And now I'm just continuing to vacuum the rest of the living room and pick up and sort through all my odds and ends. And as you saw when I was decorating my shelves, I had a few different empty frames. So I pulled all the ones that I ended up wanting to use, and I am going to put some various pictures and artwork in them. I just dug through my stash and picked a few out that I wanted to use. So now I am just going through and cleaning the frames and placing all of my pictures in there. My favorite place to shop for thrifted frames is Salvation Army. They are just dirt cheap, especially large frames, and you can find some really cool antique-y looking ones. And of course, they have to put the price tags all over the glass, which is a pain. This is another one of my handy little DIY tools that I always recommend. It is a razor scraper. It's just so much better than like a utility carpet knife for scraping paint off of glass, or in this case, price tags off of glass. All right, you guys, I am done for now cleaning and organizing my living room and obviously styling my new built-in bookshelves. I'm really happy with how the wallpaper in the back came out. I think it adds just a little bit more interest to the shelves. I do have some little white plugs and covers for these, so I gotta get to do that, but that's for another day. I did kind of end up loosely organizing some of my books by type. So these are all fiction. I've got some extra just pretty storage boxes up there. Here is how that frame turned out, and that was just a postcard that I had already had on hand. These are some of my home decor, pretty coffee books. I've got a large seashell I found to put up there. Down here I've got some more of my decor coffee table books. I've got this ginger jar, and then I got this tiny little bunny that is a candle, but I just think is really cute. This little frame, I just put this picture in here. Inside my cupboards here, I've still got plenty of space to fill them. These are like books from my childhood that I just don't want to get rid of. These are some TV trays. These books are really heavy, which is why I put them on the bottom. So I've got room to organize some stuff in there for the future, and then just kind of walking through what my plans still are for this room. So I am super ecstatic about my picture frame molding. I just think it added so much extra texture and dimension to this wall that was just so stark plain before. But my plan in the next couple weeks is to finally get some artwork hung up here. I'm maybe even thinking about doing some wall sconce light fixtures here down the road, so we will see about that. And here is my coffee table, nice and clean. This spring when it warms up, I plan on taking this out in the garage and giving it a good makeover. I hate these decorative divots. They just collect crumbs and dirt and dust and all sorts of nonsense. So I'll probably fill those in with wood filler. And like I said, just give this whole table a fresh coat of paint. So I adjusted this bottom shelf specifically to fit my lovely man head in here. He was secondhand and I gave him a coat of spray paint a few years ago. I've got some more of my Decor coffee books here. This Field Guide to American Houses book, I just want to talk this up a minute. If you are obsessed with architecture and just like driving around and looking at old houses like I am, you need this book. It has everything you could ever want to know about architecture in it. I love leafing through it. It's amazing. So I highly recommend that for anyone who's into historic architecture. I've got these little Delftware kitties here, and then this is my grandma, and she is in this gold thrifted frame. And then up here I have all my Harry Potter books up there, just some extra box storage. These are like more design books. I've got another faux boxwood. I put this little witch house postcard in this gold frame. The witch house is an old historic house in Salem, Massachusetts. And then I've got another ginger jar and then some nonfiction books. And then I don't even think I shared what's in here, but it's all board games. And you guys are gonna be like, oh my god, you have so many board games. This is nothing. Sam has the most insane board game collection in our basement. It's pretty wild. So this is just more of the stuff that we play together. I've got some puzzles in there as well. So good storage. I think eventually someday I would really love to get a matching pair of armchairs. I'm envisioning like a velvet material or something like that. So someday that would be nice, but otherwise these work fine. I did put the matching pillows on them to try to tie them together at least a little bit. But otherwise, that is gonna be it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching if you're still here. Hopefully I gave you guys a little bit of decorating and cleaning inspo. Hit the subscribe button down below if you're not already subscribed for more home decor and organizational content. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.